Greetings everyone, we are from Group 3. Thanks for the incredible guidance of Madam Sharin. Our dedicated group consists of me myself Eng Zichi, Miss Anjali Tan Ziteng, Miss Chekwan Samsura binti Chekwan Mazlan, Miss Chekwan Zahira binti Chekwan Ibrahim, and Miss Tani Shen. Without further ado, let's jump into our introduction. We have noticed that the children aged 4 to 6 years in this group have faced some difficulties in making art and craft. So, we as a teacher should always guide them to do the activities with correct instruction and also know their abilities to do the tasks. Next, our group will work hard on how to help the children by using a variety of fun and interesting activities to help them foster their skills on physical development and fine motor skills. In this presentation, we will be explaining about the process, techniques, reflections on success encountered, analysis of how the materials influence creative process, and the final outcome for our two art craft. We will be introducing our art craft, which are Wow Kite and Petronas Twin Tower. Now, let's jump into our first art craft, which is Wow Kite. I will be explaining the description of the process and technique used. Before we start the activity, teacher will share information about the Merdeka Festival with the children. Teacher will introduce and show the children a sample of the wow kite. Teacher introduced the material needed such as scissors, white glue, cardboard, paint, crayon, colorful ribbon, crepe paper, and recycled materials such as plastic bottle and yarn. This activity is intended as a 5-person group work and will involve creating a large artwork about 50 cm or above. The teacher will arrange them to create one wow kite per group. Plus, teacher will assign specific tasks for each children to help them complete the project. The wow kite will use the simple version of the traditional wow design like wow bulan. Teacher will encourage children to express their creativity by painting their kites. Teacher ensure that the scissors or other materials are appropriate for the children's age and skill level. For instance, teacher provide non-toxic, washable paints and crayons for decorating the kites. Now, let's look into the procedure of creating the wow kite. Step 1. Teacher draws the shape of the wow kite, which is wow bulan on the cardboard. Teacher cuts out the shape of the wow kite. Teacher encouraged to use larger, easy-to-color areas for younger children who might struggle with detailed design. Step 2. Children to paint and color the cardboard using watercolor and crayon. They are encouraged to paint and color the background of the wow with different colors. Traditional wow kites are known for their vibrant colors. Teacher can encourage children to use bright and contrasting colors for a bold effect. Step 3. Children use yarn and glue to paste along the edge of the wow kite. Children can paste along the edge around 3 lines. Step 4. Children decorate the wow kite with decorative elements related to our National Day using recycled items. Children can paint and attach 2 recycled bottles to represent the KLCC towers. Step 5. Children cut out the shape of a hibiscus flowers from any recycled materials and paint them. Children paste the hibiscus flowers using glue on the cardboard. Step 6. Children can add on colorful ribbons at the sides of the wow kite to make it more attractive. Teacher teach them to layer different color of ribbons to teach them to create a more dynamic tail. Step 7. For older children, they can write or paste National Day related messages such as Merdeka, Merdeka ke-67, I love Malaysia, and more on the wow kite. For younger children, teacher can let them use crepe paper for additional texture and decoration. This adds depth and a unique touch to their design. That's all to create the wow kite art craft, and we can take a look at the final product of the wow kite. That's all from me. Now I will pass it to Miss Anjali to present. Thank you.
Next, my name is Anjali, and today I am going to talk about the reflections on the challenges. The first one is the simple instructions. So when we as a teacher explain the Merdeka and shown the children about the Wow Kita, some young children around the age to the 3 to 4 years old children found it hard to understand. It was a challenge for the teacher to make sure all the children understood what to do. The teacher should always use simple instructions and keep an eye for the children to make sure they are on the correct track. Now the second reflections on the challenges are the adult supervisor and the assistants. Cutting the wow shape with the young children feels very difficult, and the teacher needs to help to draw the wow on a cardboard and cut it out. This was hard for the younger children because they didn't have strong cutting skills. The teacher had to assist them in cutting like the wow shape to make sure it looked right. Number 3, the safety concerns with the materials. Teachers should manage the materials during the arts and craft. The wow arts and the craft needed many materials such as scissors, glue, cardboard, and the plastic bottles, ribbons, and the yarn. It was difficult for the younger children to handle this material safety. Some of them had cutting with scissors or using glue properly. To address this, the teacher had to keep a close eye on them to make sure they use everything carefully. Painting and coloring. The teacher should encourage children to choose the right colors to paint the wow. Traditional wow kita are colorful, but some children had the trouble to pick up bright and bold colors. They often choose the same color for the wow kita instead of using the different ones. We, as the teacher, had to encourage them to use a variety of colors to make the wow kita more interesting. And then we have the attention to the details. The teacher would teach the children about how to layer different ribbons to make the wow kita look more beautiful. However, some young children found this is hard to arrange the ribbons neatly. The younger children especially needed extra help to layer the ribbons properly. Some of them struggled to keep the yarn in place, and the glue did not work always well for the young children, and the teachers had to help them make sure the yarn is stick properly. Writing the message about Merdeka. The children would do some writing skills like Merdeka or I love Malaysia on the wall. However, some young children found it hard to write neatly or spell the words correctly. The teacher needs to assist them with their writing. The younger children, 3 to 4 years old, could not write, so they used a crepe paper for the decoration instead. Next thing I am going to talk about the reflections on the successes encountered. The first one is the learning about Merdeka. Younger children learn about Malaysia's National Day, such as Merdeka, through this activity. They understood the importance of the wow and got excited about celebrating the country's independence. This was a very great way to teach them about Malaysians' culture in a fun and hands-on ways. Number 2, foster teamwork. Each young children had a job to do, and they worked together to create the wow. This helps children to learn how to share and cooperate with each other. This was a big success when they worked as a team to finish the wow. Number 3, develop creative expressions. The children got to be creative, using recycled materials like plastic bottles, cardboards, and ribbons made them think out of the box. They turned every material into something beautiful, for example, the KLCC towers and the hibiscus flowers. This activity encourages them to use their own imaginations. We also have the develop fine motor skills. During this activity, the younger children are given the opportunity to develop their own fine motor skills as the younger children practice cutting, gluing, and coloring. Plus, older young children learn to write and handle more detailed tasks. This was a good way for them to develop their hand-eye coordination and motor control. And the next one is the opportunities for the multisensory learning. Each wow is different and full of colors. Children use bright, contrasting colors and add unique decorations like recycled bottles, flowers, and ribbons. This multisensory approach helps to enhance their learning experience by making their own process more engaging and memorable. Improve focus and attention. The wow activity was well suited to the younger children of different ages, such as the younger children 3 to 4 years old work on simple tasks like cutting, coloring, and pasting, while the older children, 5 to 6 years old, handled more complex tasks like writing messages. This ensured that all the children were able to participate in a way to match their abilities. The next one is also develop the sense of accomplishment. When the younger children finish their WOW kit, they felt proud of what they had created by seeing their work displayed in the classroom or as part of a birthday card celebration made them feel accomplished. This sense of happiness and pride boosted their confidence and motivated them to take part in more group activities. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cik Ona Zahira binti Cik Ona Ibrahim. Okay, so today I want to share about the analysis of how the material influences creative process and the final outcome. Okay, so for the first is paint. Several of paint, a vibrant and expressive medium, can significantly influence children creative. Paint allows children to explore their visual imagination and they express themselves through color, pattern and design. They can experiment with different colors, technique, and texture by creating unique and personalized WOW design. The final outcome of the paint is significantly enhanced the visual appeal of the WOW, transforming from a simple structure into a vibrant and eye-catching work of art. It allows children to express their creativity and create unique design that reflect their individual personality and cultural influence. Okay, now we move to the cardboard. This encourages exploration and allow them to create without limitation imposed by cost. The texture and rigidity of cardboard provide a unique tactile experience for children. They can manipulate the material, cut, fold, and shape it. This can foster a sense of control and ownership over their creation. This allow them to express their creativity through color, design, and imagination from their thing. Okay, so cardboard also rigidity allows children to experiment with different shape and also the structure for their WOW. Okay, now we move to the scissor. Scissor play an important role to the children in shaping the card, frame and cutting the intricate pattern of cardboard to decorate the surface. They also play a vital role in shaping final outcome in the WOW. They contribute to structural integrity, its aesthetic appeal, and overall character. The intricate design cut with the scissor become a signature element of the WOW, reflecting their artistic skill, imagination, and cultural heritage. Okay, so now we move to the colorful ribbon. The vibrant color and texture of ribbon immediately capture children's attention. By using the ribbon, the children know to tying, knotting, and weaving ribbon into the WOW frame require this tactile and fine motor skill. Children develop their hand-eye coordination and bridges through this task. Children also know to create pattern and motif on the WOW, reinforce children's understanding of visual balance. Okay, so now we move to the crayon. Crayon allow children to express their idea, visual and translating abstract through their into tangible form. This visual thinking process helps them explore different shape, color, and pattern of their WOW. Instead, using crayon also gives children a sense of accomplishment and pride in their creative work. Plus, encourage further exploration and development of their artistic talent. Okay, white glue. White glue is readily available, affordable, and easy for children to use. Its non-toxic nature makes it safe for young hands and allow them to experiment and explore their children's creative idea without safety concern. It is crucial for children as it allows them to experience the joy of creation without worrying about the creation breaking. Yarn is the soft visible nature of yarn inspire children to think about this texture. This encourages them to explore different ways to incorporate yarn into their design, creating a dynamic and visually engaging element. The combination of color choice, yarn arrangement, and also decorative element create a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Creating a WOW with intricate yarn design gives a children a sense of accomplishment and create their work. Okay, so we go to the plastic bottle. This unconventional approach inspired them to explore the new design, possibility, and experiment with different way to integrate the bottle into their WOW. In addition, encourage children to imagine how they can combine plastic bottle with WOW to create visual appealing plastic bottle. The final outcome from this plastic bottle is to create Petronas twin tower, result in a visually striking and unique WOW that stand out from the traditional design. Okay, so here is a crepe paper. The crepe paper comes in a vast array of colors, enabling children to explore different color combination and create a visually striking merdeka. This develop their spatial reasoning skill, essential for designing balanced and aesthetically pleasing WOW.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanisha. Now I want to explain about the second craft word Petronas Twin Tower. The process and technical use. Teacher need to share the information about the Malaysia's icon Petronas Twin Towers. Teacher explain to the children what they want to do the Petronas Twin Tower using recycled materials. Teacher introduce material needed. Teacher give instruction to make a group by age. Lastly, teacher need to ensure that each material children use in the activity are appropriate with children's age and skill level, and the combination of sculpting, painting, and assembling allow the children to engage in multiple forms of artistic expressions while also learning about recycling and how to transform everyday objects into meaningful art. So now is the procedure of the part and the step. First step, start by laying down the pieces of cardboard or paper box to serve as the base. Children can paint it with oil paint or cover it with color paper for decoration. The step 2 is, teacher asks children to take 2 recycled plastic bottles and stand them on the base. Step 3, children can paint the plastic bottle with oil paints to represent the steel structure of the towers. Step 4. Use clay. Children can sculpt the observation deck that connect to the 2 towers, as well as other details like the ground surrounding the tower. Step 5. Cut color paper into shape and use uhu glue to stick this onto the towers or base. This step adds a creative flair to the project, allowing the children to personalize their artwork and make the tower more colorful and festive for the Merdeka Festival. Step 6. Children color the Malaysia flag and paste it on top of the recycled bottle. Children use uhu glue to secure the Malaysia flag. Step 7. Children can write or paste National Day related message such as Merdeka on the base. For younger children, teacher can let them to decorate the base by adding some decoration on the base. For the final product, you can see the Petronas Twin Tower is very colorful and have some space. On the board, you see they have some design, have the word, and the towers also have the shape. So this is a final product, and thank you for paying attention for listening. And I will pass to the next person. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan, for the explanation. So this is my part. My name is Cikwan Syamsuria binti Cikwan Mazlan. So my part is to explain about reflection on the challenges. So when we conducting the activity with children, we need to know the challenges that we need to handle. So for the example, for sure, we also can see that lack of details decoration. So there are many details decoration that need to deco on the Petronas Twin Tower art and craft. So children will feel a struggle to add details in this art craft. So at this stage, that was just beginning to explore and understand the details in their art craft. So this make the children feel incomplete as they feel lack of attention to the detail. So to solve this matter, teacher give a positive feedback on the details. Then they create and give them a specific guidance by teaching them how to add more details without overloading their composition. For the second, we have a relating cultural significance. So introducing the importance of Petronas Twin Tower to children through art craft can be difficult. To solve this, teacher can use a various of technique such as play a video or photo to explain the importance of the tower, and then ask children to reflect the importance in their art and craft. So next is a lack of collaboration. While doing the art craft activity, we notice that children at this age feel struggle to work together on a single art and craft project. So when children work in a group, it was hard to make sure everyone participate their part. So sometimes the older children will take over and the younger children don't know how to help. So to address this, teachers need to divide the project into parts and assign each children to participate in the activity. Next is simple and easy instruction. When conducting an art craft activity with children, teachers need to make a good demonstration before letting the children start the activity. As a children cognitive development is still in progress, So they will be confused about the task given if teacher did not explain clearly. So teacher need to show first the picture of the Petronas Twin Tower to explain to them the structure of the tower. So that was a clear instruction. Okay, next is appropriate materials. Before children do the activity, teacher need to introduce the material and teach them how to use the material. So children at this age like to explore things without thinking of the dangers or hazards. So we can see this such a situation that when children try to play with the scissor while doing the art craft. So teacher need to ensure that the materials are safe to the children. And then for example, teacher can prepare rounded tip scissors for children to cut the colour paper. This is balancing structure with creativity. So during the art craft section, children face the issues that they are unable to handle. Fragility of the Petronas Twin Tower and art crafts. Teachers should teach children to reinforce the tower with glue to keep them stable, and teach the children how to handle their art craft carefully. The next is reflection on the success encounter. Develop communication skills. A teacher distributes tasks for each children to start the construction of the Petronas Twin Tower. So when children work together, they need to communicate with each other to build the tower. For example, they need to discuss where to add the Malaysian flag and how to decorate the Petronas Twin Tower. So this not only makes the art craft project more enjoyable, but also enhance children's social interaction that foster their communication skills. So next is foster cultural awareness. From this activity, children can foster cultural awareness as they can learn the landmark of Malaysia, such as unity and identity. So while children creating their art craft inspired by the Petronas Twin Tower, they got to connect with their cultural heritage. Plus, teacher can cultivate the spirit of patriotism in each student to encourage them more love with our country landmark. By this action, children are allowed to appreciate the architecture of Petronas Twin Tower that represent Malaysia country and fostering a sense of pride. So next is develop personal competence. After they finish this art craft, the teacher should display their artwork in the classroom so that we can build their confidence to create more creative decoration when they have another task. This provide children with the opportunity to share their work with their peers. So this is not only encourage confidence and self-esteem, but also give all their peers a good vibe to encourage them to know about Malaysia landmarks. So next is improve creativity and aesthetic. During the Petronas Twin Tower art craft, it encouraged children to engage in creative problem solving, as they need to use the recycled plastic bottles and recycled box to think how they want to develop their interpretation of the design. Plus, they must think how to represent the distinctive sky bridge. They also can create any additional object using color paper that teacher given to them based on their own creativity. Next is develop fine motor skill. As we know, during this activity, children can increase their hand-eye coordination and motor skill control. As we can see, this activity also need them to use their sensory, such as make small pebbles by using clay to add texture, especially to the ground surrounding the towers. This is personal interpretation. During the activity, we can see that how the children put their own spin on the Petronas Twin Tower. Children are allowed to interpret the architecture in their own imaginative way. For instance, children can add color and design that represent their personal vision. By this action, children can express their own thought while learning about the Petronas Twin Tower. So this freedom art craft activity foster children's innovation and creativity, hence giving them the confidence to approach the art craft with a sense of imagination. So that's all from me. Next to my friends.
Thank you, Samsurya. Now I'm going to talk about the analysis of how the material influence creative process and the final outcome. Number 1, the oil paint, the water paint. Oil paint and water paint were very good in giving the Petronas Twin Towers as their final colors and appearance. The water paint offers a more matte and quicker dryer alternative ideal for lighter color applications. the paint transformed the recycled materials and other components into a unified and polished model. Number 2 is U-Hoo glue. The U-Hoo glue played a key role in ensuring everything stayed securely attached. The fast drying property kept the pace of the crafting sessions steady and allowed for smoother transitions between young children age appropriate stages. The U-Hoo glue's transparent finish prevented any unwanted mess from showing up on the craft. Number 3 is the water bottle. There are 2 recycled plastic bottles are good for creating the tall and cylindrical structure of the Petronas Twin Towers. This allowed for a creative process where the base of the Petronas Twin Towers could be built with the minimal effort, giving the young children or teachers to focus more time to focus on the very interesting details of the design. And then the number 4 one is the paper box. The paper box acts as a sturdy foundation for the Petronas Twin Towers by keeping them upright and balanced. By working with the paper box, children learn the importance of structural support in crafting large models. Number 5, color paper. By cutting and shaping the color paper, the young children were able to bring out the aesthetic aspects of the Petronas Twin Towers, like the many layers of windows and intricate designs on the exterior. The color paper contributed vibrant details that brought the model to life, and the contrast between the smooth surface of the bottles and the textures of the color paper created a visually appealing result, adding depth to the craft. Last but not least is the clay pebbles. The clay pebbles were likely used to have the rough surface texture of certain areas of the Petronas Twin Towers, or perhaps the surrounding ground or decorations around the base. The clay pebbles help break up the smooth surfaces of the bottles and papers, contributing to the overall tactile and visual interest of the model. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Anjali. That's all from Group 3. Thank you.